So after my trip to Tennessee and supporting their local used bookstore, BOOKIE'S, I felt bad that I'm really not doing my hometown any favors. So I looked it up, and apparently this place, BOOKIE'S, isn't far from my house. So I said, what the hell, let's check it out. Why don't you come in and check it out with me? You know, not like physically.
So the horror section here is dominated. I think a lot of Stephen King. I am looking for a reading copy of Bag of Bones, so this might be something I'll consider for $9. And then I've never seen this 1922 standalone. It's pretty cool. But I don't know. Now here's a book I heard a lot about, but I'm kind of afraid to take on, House of Leaves. It is quite the labyrinth of a book. I'm still extremely curious. I don't know, I'm feeling a lot of hesitations today. So this is cool, the paperback of On Barry Carroll. I was a fan of that cover, but I have the ARC and the hardcover, so I'm gonna pass. This is a great read. You should check it out. You viewer. So, ladies and gentlemen, I found it. I give to you The Changeling. Why has this book been so tough to find at used bookstores? Oh my gosh. Finally found it. $18. Hey, what's up, Clive? And of course, this little gem. Neuromancer. What a great read. What's interesting is that they have Mexican Gothic over here in sci-fi and fantasy. And I thought that was horror, but I guess I just had that mentally filed wrong. And if you want to talk about the scariest book I ever read, here it is. I recommend you get it. Mindhunter. Just chilling. I read this when I was like 24 and I was living alone, and I made sure every night I triple locked all my doors. This messed me up for a good long while. And I'm very tempted to get this because Harold Schechter is a fantastic true crime author. He usually focuses on one serial killer at a time, and so I'm very tempted to pick this up. Buried at this bottom of this random pile is hardcover of Survivor's Song. I of course have the SST edition and the paperback edition that I bought from Forbidden Planet, both signed. So I don't need this one, but I can't wait to read it. Just kind of a crazy place to bury it.
You know, whenever I drink a Black Fang, I hearken back to my Kung Fu days, when I was a member of the 7 deadly venoms of the Black Fang clan. I would jump off of picnic benches and flap my jean jacket so it would sound like the sound effects in kung fu movies. True story. Black Fang. You could taste that Vietnamese cinnamon. So, I was disappointed that I went to a place called Bookie's and I didn't make one illegal bet. I mean, seriously, you're going to have a bookstore and you're going to call it Bookie's? Bookie's? Anyway, I went there, and boy, was I thrilled with my score. I'd been looking all over for this book, and this book is like awarded every award in the history of books, and it's still hard to find. So what gives? Why? Am I holding another Butcher Boy? Victor Laval, The Changeling, a former coworker of mine, which is what you say when you've been fired, recommended this book highly, and I value her opinion. So I'd been looking for this, and now I have it. So that was huge. That was a huge win. I had to get it. So I'm thrilled about that. McKay's, you didn't come through. Bookie's, you're a safe bet. Hey, how about that for a tagline? It's always a safe bet at Bookie's. Seriously, how have they not been rated? All right. And then I did go for it, and I got House of Leaves. I got the remastered full color edition. And I don't know if I'll ever read it, but this is the kind of pretentious book every horror fan has on their shelf to say, oh, look what I got. Oh, you don't know about the House of Leaves? Oh. No, really, I'm not a snob, and I am very curious about this book. I heard a lot about the difficulty of it. You got to piece it together. You got to make connections out of the footnotes and other ephemerma. Anyway, but I had been looking for this forever, so I got the two hardest to find books that I'd been looking for at Bookie's. They were more expensive than I'd like for a used book. I know, this is the guy who's buying Suntup books, and I'm the first to buy them every new release. So I know what you're thinking, that how dare I talk about the expensive books. But I dare. For used books, these were a little pricey, but I'm happy to have them. Happy to have them. So if you're in the Chicagoland area, check out Bookie's. I know a guy. How about that for a tagline? Seriously, they gotta lean into it. If they're gonna go with Bookie's, they gotta lean into it, embrace it. But what I saw was a lot of young adult books. Like, you walk in, it's all young adults. So like, what's with that? Young adults making offshore bets. And then finally, I didn't get this at Bookie's, but I got it at Costco. It's this little store. You might not have heard of it. It's a hidden gem. I get all my hardcover first edition trade editions of King from Costco. Because if it ain't signed and it ain't a limited edition, I'm going for the cheapest route possible, or route. So this is Billy Summers. I've heard a lot of great things, so I can't wait to dig into it. I paid $18 at Costco. You'd think it'd be a company that creates cost, and I guess they do. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to review it right here on this channel after I read Dark Across the Bay and Boys in the Valley. Yeah, I haven't even unboxed that one yet to you. I'm doing a little time traveling. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy. Stephen King, and a couple other books. Victor Laval, and then Mark Danielewski? Mark Z. I'll call him Mark Z. It sounds cool. So I'm a happy guy. It paid off. It worked. Worked right into my plans. It worked into my schemes, my grand schemes. So you could stick around if you like, because you're probably watching this wherever you belong. I'm going to go, though. I'm probably going to watch Avengers with the kids. life in the fast lane. Stay frosty.
When I was in Florida, I saw this tree, and this is a tree that looks like it's a tree made up of many trees. So this has to be a portal to somewhere, right? This is supernatural. This ain't a real tree, is it? Like, you go through this tree and you end up in Oz or Narnia or Nausea. I don't know. You end up somewhere. Because that can't be real, can it?